Hi friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I have a delicious little haul for you. And by little, I mean it's really gigantic and I cannot wait to show it to you. If you are new here, welcome. Hi, my name is Laura. I sell women's vintage clothing online on sites like Etsy, eBay, Depop, and whatnot, which is a live auction selling platform. I come to YouTube every single week to share my hauls with you. I tell you what I sold, how much I sold it for. And on Mondays, I have a little reseller related chat with you. Today is haul video day. This is going to be a really long one. So if you need like a pot of coffee, because you might need a pot to get through this, it's going to be long. A couple energy drinks, maybe make a sandwich. I don't know, take care of yourself, get some water, do some crunches while you're watching this. I don't know. We're going to get into it because I'm so excited. So let me see. Her phone number's on here, so I don't want to show you that. But this is the kind of receipt you want to get when you're going to a sale like this. This is gorgeous. Like a lot of estate sales, you don't get receipts, obviously, but like these handwritten in bulk, oh, it's good. You know it's good. So according to this, I got 75 pieces and I paid a total of $600. And I'll get into all of like the specifics about everything. So what was the sale? A little while back, I went to it was listed on an estate sale site, but it was like some vintage dealers who were getting rid of a bunch of inventory. I believe that the story is that they are people who ran estate sales, and sometimes they would just buy out entire estates, and sometimes they would help run estate sales and have leftovers, whatever it was. Everything they have is vintage. They don't have like everything is vintage. Let's just leave it at that. So I had gone a while back and done a clothing buy with them, and it was really good. I was very happy with everything. And while I was there, they were super nice. They're like very hippie-ish kind of people, very cool and like just awesome, down to earth, very nice. And they had said, do you want to leave your phone number and we can contact you in the future if we do this again? And of course I was like, sure. And then sometimes you never hear from people ever again. Well, I did hear from her. And of course, I was like, yup, let me get there as soon as possible. And of course, I was like, I got the text message during my Whatnot show, so I couldn't even respond right away, which that I wanted to just like, hold on, everyone, please, while I respond. And I didn't do that because I was trying to be professional. And then after the Whatnot show, I have to do my shipping. And then the following day was a Friday, and we had a vet visit for Tater. And so I knew I had to take care of that, obviously. But I messaged the woman back and I said, I think I said that I could come Thursday night, like after 5, even though I knew I'd be exhausted, but I was like, I don't care. Or I could come Friday during these times, or I can come anytime on Saturday. And so she said, okay, how about Friday? So I went, I met her, and they just have this, I'm going to call it a warehouse. I don't know what kind. It was like an old building that was like, looked like an air conditioning business, but I guess that's not what it is anymore. Anyway, I was the only person there, which amazing. This place was huge and just packed to the gills. And she kept apologizing because she didn't have spring stuff out. There was a lot of sweaters and everything. I was like, look, I don't care. I don't buy by the season. I don't buy by the trend. I just take stuff I like, and I don't really care what season it is. Like, I don't shop that way. I just buy the stuff I like. So why don't I shut the fuck up and I start showing you what I got? I will say that when she priced everything out, she divided it up into piles. And everything was sort of like, this is the $5 per item pile. This is $10 per item. This is $20 per item. And so I sort of went back through it to try to decide. I had brought like $500 in cash with me. So I had to like figure out where I was. And I don't remember at this point most of the item costs, like which pile they were in. Some of them I do, but for the most part, I don't really remember what pile they were in. And I'm going to just sort of average it out overall. And we'll get into that. So this is so cool. So let me just start. I'm so excited to show you all this stuff. Okay, and to look through it myself. So first up, I've got this really adorable sweater, just pink and black. It's like this metallic little bits. I love the colors in this. You wonder why. I don't think there's any tag. Oh, there is a tag. That's right. This is the tag. Not really legible in a way that helps me, but that's okay. I don't know how much this was. So very adorable. I will be putting at least some of this stuff up on Whatnot. I don't really know how much. After I film this video, I'm going to go back out, count the pieces, and then calculate what my per item cost is. I kind of did it roughly based off of the receipt, but I just want to go through and actually count the items because a lot of it would be like, okay, the $5 items, it was a pile of like 23 things. And she's like, let's just call it 20, that kind of stuff she was doing. And then she knocked a little bit of money off here and there and whatever. She was so nice. So I'm going to count how many pieces I have right now. I think it's about $8 per piece, which is like an acceptable Whatnot price point. But also I want to be careful, with what I'm putting on Whatnot versus what I put on the other platforms. Okay. Anyway, next is this adorable little sweater. Got some beading. And here's the thing. When I'm in the thrift store, if I see a sweater like this, right, I'm like, oh, yes, because you've got this entire sea of stuff. And like, let's say 90% of the stuff in the thrift store, probably more than that, is not stuff I want. So then when you see something that's kind of cool, you're like, oh my God, yes, snatch it. In an environment like this, everything is stuff that I want. Like every single item in there is something that I probably would have taken home from the thrift store. But obviously I can't take all of it home. So then you start selecting a little bit differently. So this is an item that I'd be like super pumped about at the thrift store compared to all the other stuff that she had there. Like, I think it's cute, obviously, but like, it just, so anyway, but it's very adorable. I don't see any tags in there. Next up is this. I did think this was cute. When I was picking all of this stuff, I had no idea what the price points were or how she was going to price it. And I always do this at any kind of large scale picking situation, whether it's an estate sale or something like this. I just gather together all the stuff that I'm interested in, and then I see where we are from there. Because sometimes they're going to give you a price that's like, just pay me X amount for this whole bundle. I'm not even going to look at it. Sometimes they're going to go through piece by piece. And asking in advance doesn't really work because for them, their answer is probably going to be different depending on if I pick up 5 items or 300 items, So anyway, so I got this. I thought this was really cute. It's a thermal shirt, little floral waffle weave. It does have this little hole back here, but you know that we're going to mend things now. We're all into it. I love the print on this. This is really cute. This could be something that I keep. I'm not sure. I do love thermals and all that for myself as part of like my winter reseller wardrobe, my reseller work from home wardrobe. That was really adorable. These are really, really cute. And I just sold a very similar pair on Whatnot, the black velvet 50s pants. So these are 50s or 60s. They have a side metal zipper and they're red velvet. I don't think that they're really any bigger. The black ones, I almost got them on. These might be a similar type of fit. I really was kind of disappointed I couldn't keep the black ones. They didn't fit me, but they looked so cute on. This has, the tag was cut out of these. I feel like I got to scooch myself up closer to you. It's got a little metal zipper on the side, which is so cute. I love it. Very much fun. Okay, let's see. I don't want to scooch too much because I like you being able to see more of the garment from back here, but then I have to show you the tag. I almost fall off of this stupid thing that I'm sitting on. Okay, this thing is really cool. This is not quite my personal aesthetic, but the brand is impressive, which is why I got it. This might need a little cleaning. I felt like I sort of glimpsed a little yellowing, but I'm not sure. Let's just take a look at it though. So here's a sweater. You can see it's just like a cool graphic sweater. I mean, I think it's a cool graphic, but it's not something that I go like nuts for personally. It looks pretty good. It doesn't look, I don't know, like it looks a little yellowy sort of, right? Not like perfect. Let me show you the brand though. Mirrors by Crizia. So Crizia, I think there's Mirrors by Crizia. I think there's also Moods by Crizia. A lot of those can go for like some nice amounts of money. Now this is going to be a little challenging because as we can see, it's red and white. And so if it needs some soaking, I'm going to try and soak it in Synthropol. We'll see what happens. It's not terrible, but I do feel like it's a little on the yellowy side, We'll see what happens. We'll give it a shot. We'll work on it. All right. Love it. Next up is another sweater. Oh, this is Carol Little, which I think is so much fun. I don't get Carol Little sweaters too much. So a lot of times I'll pick up Carol Little because I know people like it, but this sweater I actually liked so much. And then I realized that it was Carol Little. So there's the back. I love it. It's so cool, and it is 86% wool, so that's fun. I love this. Okay, let's see. This thing is goofy. Maybe it'll be a keeper for me. I don't know. You notice that, like, you're gonna find that all of the things I'm potentially keeping from this haul are generally goofy things that I'm just gonna wear while I'm working from home. But that's because you gotta, like, look cute when you're lounging around and whatever, right? All right, so just a little black sweatshirt with this like gold metallic tiger on it. I don't know if I'll keep this one or not. We'll see. But I do think it's cute. Um, Here is the tag. And that's the back. It's a little bit of a thinner sweatshirt, but I also like that it's a little smaller and a little bit closer fitting. It's very adorable. Love it. Okay, cool. Next, let's grab this little cutie. I'm not using my hanger today. I have it here in case, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's just this ruffled plaid shirt. I think these are really cute. I like this. This also is looking on camera, at least a little yellowy. Yeah, I think this is just needs a wash probably. So I like this kind of style. I think it's fun. Sort of Western prairie-ish, you know, notations. That's so cool. But yeah, definitely a little yellowy looking on the sleeve here, I think. Yeah, like if we compare it to, yeah, that's okay. They've had all of this stuff. I mean, most of this stuff was on rolling racks, which I actually felt a little bit bad about. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I actually felt a little bit bad because, you know, like, I don't know, whatever. They're trying to get rid of stuff, so I guess it doesn't matter. But like, I would have gone through the stuff that she didn't have all like neatly on rolling racks and everything. But I mean, I'll go through whatever she wants me to go through. I don't care. Anyway, so I don't know how long that's been sitting on a rack and if it's just dirty because it's been sitting on a hanger for 8 million years or what. So, all right, next up, this thing is ridiculous and I love it. It's so good. This is a bodysuit and hold on, it's kind of dagger collar. It's made by Van Raalte, so it's like in the lingerie kind of category. But obviously, I'm assuming anybody would wear this as just a shirt because why would you not? There's the collar, and then there's the print. And this is a very stretchy knit, which is awesome. The elastic at the legs is in really good shape. She had several similar types of bodysuits, but they were all solid colors, and I wasn't really like, I don't know where we are with that. They weren't things that like I just was personally super excited about. This one I was because of the color and the print. The solid color ones I was like, I don't know. And because I'm not sure where we are in the trend cycle with those things, I didn't get them. Who knows, maybe in a future trip I will. We'll see. But that was really cute. Next is this. This was sort of a 2-piece set, sort of 3, but really 2. It's a skirt and blouse. They're crocheted. And here is the skirt. It's got a side zipper. It's just like this color. I've had so many pieces in almost this exact color of these like crochet type of skirts and tops and stuff. It's really cute. And I thought this had, maybe it's on the sweater. It is. Okay. So this is the skirt. And as you can see, it's fully lined. Right. There's all the little crochet patterns. There's no tag in this. And it's got a nylon zipper. And then the shirt, it's got this liner for the shirt, which I don't, whatever, that's there. It's fine. Where is your, okay, here we go. So here's the shirt, little ruffle neck. It's so cute. And then I love that the hem has this kind of stuff going on. Very adorable. I don't think this may be handmade. I have no idea. So anyway, let's see. Probably, because like this is the liner. This is what the seams on the liner look like. So it's probably handmade. This is very staticky right now. But I love this. It reminded me of like 70s limbs crochet, if you're familiar with that at all. I love that stuff. So I snatched it off the rack. That wasn't quite what I thought it was, but I do like that kind of stuff anyway. So I grabbed that. Let's see. This thing is really cute. Another sort of like westerny prairie-ish kind of top. Little denim-y with this all this flower patchworky kind of stuff. Like that print. Do we have a tag? Kind of. Oh, that's right. I was trying to look at this in the, when I was there, and part of the tag just sort of like snapped off because it's like an old paper tag, but it's super dried out. So, whoops. And so part of it just like snapped off. I was like, oops. I mean, it's going to snap off when somebody tries to wear it anyway. So, all right, let's see. Next up is this. I am going to try and put this on a hanger. I think it'll work better. Come here, please. I debated on this too because I get very excited about these, but I don't know if you guys experience this. So there's times that I get really excited about things when I'm out thrifting, but it's stuff that I used to find frequently and that I loved and that I could sell well. And now when I come across it, I still get that same sense of excitement, even if that type of item doesn't do as well for me any longer. But this one was really special. I loved this. So all these beaded sweaters, and I do sell them when I put them up, but they're just not like, I think of them as these very high-end pieces that go for a lot of money. And mostly I've been selling them on Whatnot. I haven't listed any of them on Etsy in a very long time. This one is gorgeous. It's got so much beading detail, you know, with the collar, and then it goes down and it goes like around the back. It's a lot of beading detail. It's a lot more than I usually see. And I didn't find any like moth holes or anything. A lot of times you'll find holes in these kinds of sweaters too. So I debated. This was one of the $20 items, which I totally understood. There's the tag that's in it. So I think this is really beautiful. And I probably will just put this right up on Etsy, eBay, Depop. I don't feel like kids on Depop care about this one. I also say kids on Depop. Meanwhile, Depop is probably the platform I shop on the most, and I'm 53. So, you know, all right, let's see. This one, this is fun. This is not my personal jam, but I know that these can go for money. So I grabbed it. This is what the kids call the all over print. So it's printed on both sides. You can see all. This is like, let me see, this design is easier to see. So it's like this, it's a rainforest design. And it says on the bottom here, rainforest, what does that say on the bottom? Preserve Paradise. And it's just a really cool t-shirt. And the tag on it is this liquid blue. So liquid blue shirts can go for a decent amount of money. They can go anywhere for like not much up to like crazy amounts of money. All over prints also tend to be on the higher end. I looked this up and I found almost an identical one that was sold for, I think, $71. So that's pretty good. There were a couple variations of this. So there was one that had like this V, sort of like tie-dyed V, and then this design was like up a little higher in the center of it. The one that sold was the same design, but the rainforest, it said like, I don't remember if it said like, you know, Paradise Rainforest, something. The wording was slightly different on the bottom. I don't know how much that matters. Liquid blue is something that's also faked, but, and I'm going to be honest, I've seen some of the fake tag versus real tag comparisons, and it's very difficult for me to tell the difference. I don't think this is fake, but I'm going to pop this up on eBay and Etsy and Depop, but I think it'll sell on eBay. And I'll probably put it up for like $69 or $79. I always accept best offers, so we'll see how that goes. I think if it goes for around $50, I'll be excited about that. So that's cool. Let's see. What do we do next? I'll do this one next. This is pretty cool. This is another one that I might keep. If I keep it, I'm going to be swapping it out with another piece that I have. So I would sell the other piece and then keep this one. This is a Susan Fries dress. Susan and Diane Fries, Susan Fries are sisters. And most of the pieces that go for more, I love it so much, are Diane. I think this is stunning. I have a Diane Fries dress that is very pretty. This is much more my speed though, as far as the colors and all the shit going on. The other one is very pretty, but I mostly kept it because it's a Diane Fries dress and, you know, whatever. So I will probably keep this one. Here's the tag, Susan Fries. One of the big things to look out for with all these is the elastic. And this elastic is in great shape, so I'm very excited. This was another one of the $20 pieces, but I mean, especially for keeping it for personal use, like, fucking cares. $20 is nothing. The elastic at the sleeves on this is a little jacked, but I also don't care about that personally. So I love this. I love the colors. I love these dresses. They're so much fun. So there's that. That's mine, baby. And I might put the other Diane Fries just into a Whatnot show. I think it'll be cool. I know that I thrifted it, so I probably paid a an embarrassingly low amount of money for it. So it'll be cool to put into a whatnot show. All right, next is a little two-piece suit that I think is really adorable. It does seem quite small, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I thought it was too cute to pass up though. So let's see. Here's the skirt. Wait. Look at that. That's a pocket. Oh, that's so cute. It's just got one little pocket. Look how adorable that is. Oh, I love that. Didn't even notice that. Got a little hole in it, but we can fix that. And then it has a metal zipper at the back. Burp, burp. No tags in this that I can tell, but look how cute that is. The colors, so adorable. And then the jacket, a little fuzz there. Put this on a hanger for you. My arm is already getting a little tired, which is sad. Here's the jacket. Look how fucking cute this is. It's giving me cute aggression. I love this. And the cuffs, whoop, looks like they fold up. Oh my God, so cute. Look at that. I love this. I don't know if there's a tag in here. Let's see. I do not see any tags, which is fine. We don't need tags. Fully lined. It's beautiful. Love that. That might also have been one of the $20 items. Next is this dress. This is another one that like sort of feel like I might want to keep. I don't think so though. It's not really my color scheme kind of situation. It's very pretty. Look at that flower print. What I love about it is that it's so gauzy. Look at that. A little on the see-through side. It's very lightweight and gauzy. It's so pretty. And here's the tag, the collection. And I think this was also one of the $20 items. And some of it too, you know, like to me, based on the stuff that she had and the way that she was pricing some of the things, I wouldn't have thought this would be a $20 piece. But also sometimes, you know, she was saying like she knew that she had paid up a little bit on some of these items. And also sometimes we just get attached to certain things or whatever. We put a certain value on things and someone else may not, or over time that value changes, but we're still thinking of it, you know, with the old term value. It doesn't really matter. I was willing to pay $20 for it, partially because of the collection as a whole, and I liked it. So I think that's gorgeous. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If I'll put it on like whatnot or just put it directly on Etsy or something. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can do this one. Yes. All right. Oh, I was going to just slam this whole thing. How am I 20 minutes in and my arm hurts me already? That's ridiculous. All right, so this next thing is a two-piece set. So it's got this little sleeveless top. And then it has this, what is this thing? This little jackety guy going over it. So just cute. I like it's that like stretchy nylon-y polyester kind of fabric. Oh my God, everything's falling off my lap. Here's the tag, although the tags, oh, see, I just ripped another tag. If it ripped in my fingers that easily, it was going to rip or disintegrate when it was washed. So I guess we're okay. All right, that was cute. Let's see. Next is this sweater. This is really adorable. She had so many cute sweaters. Oh God. And I'm not a sweater person. Like I am a summertime person, but there were so many sweaters that were just great colors. Oh, all right. Look at this thing. Oh, I love this. God, I love this more than look at those sleeves, man. That's amazing. Oh, I might be in trouble when I try this on. Fantastic. Oh my God. There we go. That's the tag. This is so cute. Also needs a little bit of a wash, but this is made out of Ramy. Let's see. Feels Ramy-ish. This is made out of, oh, it says 45% acrylic. I can't see the other fiber content because it's all sewn up under the tag, but I'm going to guess Ramy. I don't know if that's accurate. I love that. That's so awesome. Okay, let's see. We're going to not do you yet. I'm going to hold off on you. You know I like saving all the good pieces. All right, let's do this one. This is another $20 item. It's one of the items that I considered sort of like leaving behind when I was going to pare down on my items. So when she went through all the pricing and then I started going through to kind of calculate mentally what everything was, I knew I had $500 in cash. And so it looked like it was going to be in the neighborhood of 500. So I told her, I said, look, I've got 500 in cash on me, but if you're okay with me either paying the remaining balance in a non-cash method or paying the whole thing non-cash, I could probably just still take everything. I just only have the 500 in cash. So then she had initially said, yes, that would be fine. And so then I kind of was like counting stuff up and then thinking, okay, like, yeah, it's kind of close to 500. Let's count this all, whatever. But in case I had to like pare some stuff out, this was one of the things that I was thinking of leaving behind. It's cool, but if I had to make decisions, I would have left this. Ultimately, what she did was we counted everything up. And when I told her, I said, I think I'm in the neighborhood of 500. I said, also, I might be drastically off because like, honestly, I stopped counting when I got to about this point and I'm bad with estimates. So everything calculated out at $700. So I was off, but she also, because I was buying so much, she knocked that down to 600. And then she said that she's like, I don't actually know if we even still have PayPal. It's been so long since we used it. And like, I don't know, like I said, they're like very hippie-esque kind of people. And I think that they're very like not online type of people. And so she's like, I'm not really sure. Da, 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 da. She's like, if you want to like pay the 500 now and then you could just owe me 100 and the next time you come back. And I was like, if you're okay with that, like, yeah, like I know I'm going back. I mean, how can I not go back to this? But like, it just like, even if I was unsure about going back, that alone probably would have made me go back. If I really didn't believe I was going to go back, I would have just pared down and made sure that she was cool with me getting whatever I got for 500 and that was it. I ended up leaving her $540 because I had a little extra on me. And then, so I owe her $60. I'm 2,000,000% going back there. Anyway, so much good stuff. And I didn't even see a fraction of it. And it was also good. So this is a 2-piece set. This is the skirt. Okay. And then the jacket is this. And I just thought it was really pretty. It's always a little bit harder to do things that are all black. This is also probably a smaller size, but I thought it was really nice. I love the detail on it. It's very cool. I don't know if there's tags in this. Oh, here we go. Yes, there is. Let's see. There's the tag there. Very cool. All right. Big pile. Let's see. Let's do this one. This is another. You can see that I'm in the part of the bag where all the $20 stuff was because this is, there was probably 10 items approximately that she had priced at $20. So this thing, I know it's very hard for you to tell what this is, and I'll try and give you some better detail. So it's got this belt here. Let me get a little closer here. This is the collar, and then you can see this is the fabric. There's the tag, which is fucking gorgeous. And it's just got a lot of fun detail. Like these are very crushed up right now. They need some steaming. But let me see, these cuffs are really cool. They're like these. I don't know. There's got to be a name for this type of cuff. This does not want to cooperate with me. Let's see. Is this one any better? No. It's like this kind of cuff. You're like, we can't tell what that is. Very cool. And this feels sort of, I don't know if it's like rayon-y or acetate-y. It's just gorgeous. I felt like it was a really special piece. I love the collar. And of course, the tag indicates that it's an earlier piece. So I thought it was really unique. I think it's a jacket that probably went with something else. Oh, it's missing a button, which I had not clocked. And another button is, actually, it's got a whole lot of button problems. It's got missing one. A second one is held on with a safety pin. And the third out of 4 does not match. So I'll just find something to replace the buttons with. But it's still so cool. I love it. Fantastic. Let's see. Okay. Next one. This one's goofy. Again, possibly a keeper for me. Maybe not. We'll see. This is just a goofy little t-shirt. You can tell it's a little sort of baby style tee. This says a touch of class and it's in a glitter decal. If you are not familiar, I don't know if this company still exists, but Touch of Class was some kind of like high school ring jewelry company or something like that, if memory serves. So I just thought it was cool. I like the graphic. And there is a t-shirt on Depop that is a Touch of Class t-shirt. I think it's pink with like not an iron-on graphic. It's a screen printed pink rose graphic, which I've been like, just like admiring. I haven't been seriously thinking about purchasing it, but it is in my little like list on Depop. And so then when I saw this, I got excited. I was like, so we'll see. That was definitely one of the $5 items. This thing is another one of the $20 items. I really love this. I think it's fantastic. It's a sweater. And look at this, the dragon graphic. Isn't that fantastic? I love that so much. There's the tag. The back doesn't really have anything going on, but who cares, right? Obviously, I need to do a little cleaning there, but this is 100% acrylic, so that should clean up pretty easily. So I'm very excited. I thought this was so cool. Look at this. Ah, the tab. Love it. Love it. Fantastic. Okay, let's see. What is this? This is a blouse. It's adorable. This is probably more like maybe 70, maybe 60s. It's got a metal zipper at the back. Just this little paisley, but like, look at how sweet this is. The little, there's that tag. You can see the metal zipper. Just kind of adorable. I don't know. I really liked it. Very like prairie-esque. I thought it was fun. So cute. Feels like cotton. All right, this thing, I don't actually know why I got this. I mean, I don't know why I got this. This was folded up and in a sort of plastic bag, like a protective kind of plastic bag. And I didn't take it out before I bought it. The part that I was able to see, there was this like little bear down here. And it's like this pink with this bear. This kind of stuff is like a little, I think of it as goofy. And it's not goofy in the way that I wouldn't wear this. It's not my kind of goofy, but it is a kind of goofy that a lot of people like and that sells. But also I didn't quite realize that it was Christmas, but I also didn't pay that much attention to it. She had several ugly Christmas sweater kind of sweaters, but they were all gorgeous. Like there was another Eagle's Eye one, and the Eagle's Eye sweaters can go for a lot of money. There was a, what's that one I think it's called Tiara or something, that company, but it was gorgeous. Like I've seen a bunch of Tiara sweaters. They're always really well made, but there's like one or two that there's just so many of them out there. This one was more unique than that. This is by a company called Work in Progress. And the front of this is very embellished. The back is not, which is okay. I'm going to have to research these a little bit more. I didn't get any of the other Christmas sweaters while I was there because they're not really my thing. And they used to be worth a lot of money years ago. After the rest of the fast fashion industry picked up on the fact that people were going crazy for these vintage, ugly Christmas sweaters, they started mass manufacturing a bunch that look very similar, but of course don't have anywhere near the level of detail. And then the market just kind of fell out from under the actual vintage ones. So I felt like they weren't selling that great in general anymore. And I definitely had a harder time selling them. So I haven't been picking them up when I find them. The ones that she has are really pretty spectacular. So I'm going to have to take a look and see if they're going to be worth me trying to pick up. Anyway, so we'll kind of test the waters with that one. That one is unique because it's pink, but it's cute. I like it. All right, let's see. Next is this shirt. This is a little bit goofy. I just really liked it. I think that the color is fantastic. I know it's just like a plain sort of shirt, but it's got these stripes, but it's this like very stretchy fabric. This reminds me of like very like 60s, 70s, like something like, I was going to say like one of the Monkees would wear, but like the Monkees, the band on their TV show, right? Like that kind of aesthetic to me. That's what this looks like. And just the color and the slinky fabric were really attractive. Oh, there's a little hole I'm going to have to repair, but it's on a seam. So that's coolio. That's coolio. All right. Hello, fellow kids. There's the tag. Anyway, I like this. All right, cool. Next, where are we going to go? All right, we'll do this one. This is also a goofy little t-shirt that I just thought was really cute. I love goofy little t-shirts. Again, it's like my daily wardrobe. Little stripey. Look at that Gap tag. If you're one of the olds like me, that's what the Gap sign used to look like in the mall when I used to go shop for my jeans at back to school time. I just thought this was a cute little t-shirt. So there we go. This, I know there's like a couple spots on the sleeve somewhere here. So this is, there we go. This is going to need a wash as well. So, but it's cute. I like it. All right, let's see. What is this thing? Ooh, what is this? That's right. Ha ha ha. So remember I said she had some bodysuits and stuff. This is sort of, let me tuck this in. Hold on. I have the belt attached so that it wouldn't get lost. It's like a bodysuit, but it's almost rompery. It's like hot pants kind of bodysuit. You know, the leg comes down a little bit lower, but it's still not quite romper territory. But I thought it was cool. And then it buttons up the front. This is the belt that I have looped through there. So I thought that was really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's like a little bit of a wider gusset there at the crotch. So cool. I love this. Fantastic. And it buttons down the front. Oh, and then there's a zipper fly. That's so amazing. I love this. This was amazing. Love it. Okay. Okay. So sorry, I'm thinking out loud. So there are these like hostess kind of outfits, right? And they'll be like a romper or maybe a top with like some cigarette pants. And then it has this overskirt. And so the skirt ties in front, but it's like slit open down the front. So it's not really you have to wear something else underneath the skirt. I have two of them, but one, this would match with so well. I'm not an orange person, but maybe, I don't know. I'm not getting rid of the skirt. I love it. I wear it sometimes. But it's hard to like figure out what I want to put underneath it sometimes, but that would go really well underneath. It's so cute. Okay. Thinking out loud. This is not going to go on the hanger because the hanger doesn't have little guys, but we'll try it this way. This is just a vintage nightgown. This is by, I want to say Kaiser. And then it's got this great print on the bottom, which I love. I love the slinky disco-ness of this. Let's see, where's your tag, my friend? Yes, Kaiser. I thought this was really pretty. I love the silhouette, like the bodice. That's the belt that's getting all tangled up here. I love that it has a little belt. It's kind of empire waisty. I think this is going to be so pretty on. I'm very excited about that. Let's see. This thing is cool. She had a lot of really fun printed shirts. They were all a little bit more 80s era and sort of in the neighborhood of secretary blouse. I was attracted to them, but like they weren't, you know, the most exciting to me. Like, again, they were pieces that had I found them in a thrift store, I probably would have been like, oh yes, and snatched them up. Also, because a lot of times in the thrift store, they're like $2 and $3. I wasn't sure what she was pricing at, and there was so much good stuff that I was being more selective. But I did think this one was really fun. So I love the print. I love the colors. I love this. I love this kind of shit. It's just, again, it's kind of like got a goofiness to it that I really like. Mosaic. Mosaic also does some Diane Freese kind of copycat pieces. So I thought that was cool. And actually, this is sort of in the neighborhood of that, but again, more goofy. Like Diane Freese would not fucking ever do this. But I thought it was fun. A really fun piece. And I have that 80s Whatnot show coming up, the 80s and 90s theme. So there's some pieces from here that will go into that show. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. Let's do this one. This, I think I got two of these sweaters, but obviously I at least got one. This is a vintage Nanelle, and I had found a bunch of these at the thrift at one point. I really love them. I don't know why I didn't decide to keep any for myself. Maybe I think that it's one of these where I love them, but the one, like I haven't found the right one for me where I really am drawn to keep it. Like, let me show you. So this is Nanelle. This is like a very heavy, slinky kind of fabric. It's a linen rayon blend. There's a little bit of nylon and some Angora, but the Angora is in the white. I think these are so pretty. That's the tag. It's got that. They've got like little puffs in the sleeves. This one's backwards. So it's like a little support in here to give that sleeve a little bit of puff. It's so freaking cute. The ones I found in the past, it was like a black and white, a red and white, and then another gray and white. I think if I was finding it in like purple or pink, I would be more like, ugh, you know. This is really cute though. I love the style of these. They're so cool. Very excited. I think I have another one in here somewhere. This sweater is gorgeous. I love this thing. Let's see. All right. Obviously, the colors on this are phenomenal. Just absolutely stunning. I love this. And that's the tag. So really gorgeous. This does feel like wool. Yeah, 100% wool. Just so freaking pretty. I love it. Okay. Let's see. I've got a few of these things. I don't remember how many. I don't think I have them all in the same. Maybe I do. 3 or 4 seems about right. What is this? Is this one also? No, that belongs to something else. Let's see. Talking to myself. So sorry. We'll get there. All right, I'll do this one too. I think I got 3 of these. These are just little, like, I'm calling them belts, but they could be hair scarves, right? So nice and wide and long. I think these are fantastic. I have something similar. Mine, I have 2 things that are similar to this. One is definitely a belt. It's like thinner, and I wear it so frequently. Sometimes I wear it in my hair, but sometimes I wear it as a belt. I put it with so many more things than I would have thought that I did. And I feel like this is kind of the same. So, you know, it's a great like headscarf kind of thing, but obviously a fantastic belt as well. I mean, you could just do it as a scarf too. But I thought these were really fun. And I might throw these into a whatnot show at like starting at $5 or something like that. Here's the second one. Some of these may have gone to dresses or something at some point, but they've lost their friends. This one needs some kind of ironing to straighten it all out, but very cute. And then there is this one, which is really pretty. God, I love this one. Look at that. Fringe, so amazing. Oh, fantastic. So cool. And then this thing, which I think is just like a little hair, like a kerchief. It's just a very funky, this probably 80s with a very 50s kind of vibe to it. And then, so you're just going to, you know, do one of these kind of things. Very cool. All right, let's see. What do I want to show you next? This is just a little bit, whatever. This will go on eBay, Etsy, whatever. Just a little girdly kind of situation. It's cute. I like these. I don't know why. She had a bunch of like the sort of bodysuit shaper type of things. They were probably more like 80s, 90s era. Again, if I had found them in a thrift store, I probably would be like, oh yeah, let's get that. But I have like a whole bag of like lingerie type things waiting to be listed on eBay. They're a little bit more bread and buttery for me. The things that she had, they probably would sell for like 25 to 35 bucks. So I left them because she had too many other fabulous things that I wanted to make sure I got. So let's see. What is this? What is this? Okay, this is a dress. Let's see. I'm going to stick it on a hanger. Stick it on a... Oh no. Laura maybe made a bad decision a little bit. This has a metal zipper, but the zipper is very resistant. So I'm not going to fuck with it today. Let's see. I might just need to be kind of like greased up a little bit, but right now it's angry. This is the dress though. It's very cool. And it's got this neat like little button thing at the shoulder. Here's the metal zipper that doesn't want to cooperate with me. Yeah. And I don't even think it's that fabric is stuck. I think the zipper is just, it's not rusted, but it's, you know, metal gets like, it's not gliding properly. So I'm going to have to mess with that a little bit. What I usually do in that situation, and I don't know that this is the right answer, you can use like graphite lead on a pencil and rub it on there. I don't have pencils really. So what I usually do is I take a tiny little bit, when I say tiny, I mean so freaking small, of either olive oil or coconut oil. Like I dip my pinky finger in and I rub it right beneath the zipper because I'm really trying to be careful not to get oil on the fabric. So it's like barely anything. And I just do it like right beneath the zipper and I come down, and then I might have to do that a couple times. And then I kind of glide the zipper back and forth a few times to kind of distribute it. So sometimes I think it just needs to get like, yeah, like this is okay. But I don't want to force it too much because, you know, old metal zippers, you don't want to like snap teeth off and stuff like that when you're trying to force it. So anyway, very cute dress though. All right, next up we've got, what is this thing? This is a nightgown. And of course I just love the print on this, right? The neckline is very pretty. It's just a pretty simple nightgown. I love that. And where is the tag? Do we have a tag? Maybe. Oh, yes, there it is. This is, I don't know who made this. It's not marked, but that's what the tag looks like. So very cute, adorable. All right, let's see. This next thing, this was in the $5 pile, which was really surprising to me because I totally, if this was me, I would have been like, that's a $20 pile item. Look at this fucking thing. Is this not magical? I love this. And especially because it was a $5 thing, I think I'm going to put it in a Whatnot show. Maybe I don't know, whatever. I've sold a couple of ponchos recently on Whatnot. This one is so freaking fun. I think this is magical. It's got one button. It's open in the front. There's no like armhole things, but it's just so freaking cool. I love it. Feels like acrylic. It's nice and cozy and warm. Like amazing. It's so cool. Oh, God. Okay. Next up is this little thing. Let me put this on a hanger. Put you on a hanger, maybe. I don't need to spend this much time putting things on hangers, but look, just this cute little cropped jacket, this collar, got all these covered buttons. They're really cute. I love the little waistband. This probably had a matching skirt at some point, but not any longer. It does look small. It's probably like a size extra small. I hope it's not a kid's size. She had some really, really adorable kids' clothes. I have to think about whether or not I want to deal with that. You know that I don't like kids' clothes. I do have a stack of kids' clothes that I need to get into a Whatnot show. If she was willing to sell the kids' clothes at like $1 or $2 per piece, I would buy all of them from her and then just run them in a Whatnot show. I don't know that she's willing to do that. Obviously would not blame her. They're really cute pieces. I just like, they're so cute that I really want to get them, but I hate dealing with them once I have them. And I know I'm just going to end up doing them in Whatnot. My kids' shows on Whatnot have been pretty successful in the past, but also I'm usually starting them at very low dollar amounts. I'm not putting tons of work into it behind the scenes. I don't know. Like maybe the next time I go, I'll ask her about the kids' clothes, but I would not blame her for not wanting to sell them super low. So, all right, let's see. Let's look at this piece next. This is really cool. I don't know if I can put this onto a hanger. What are you stuck on, my friend? You're stuck underneath my seat. Hold on. There we go. Okay. This is a dress. Okay. So this is a red satin dress. Gorge, right? The back has this it's supposed to have a lace up back, and the lace is either missing or not really laced through there properly, I think. I don't know. I can't tell what's exactly going on here. I didn't really care because I was like, I'll just get something. It looks like there is lacing. It's just not done properly. I love the fabric on this. And then this is the inner construction, which was also like, you've got all these pinked seams and everything. I feel like this is going to be so gorgeous. I don't have any idea what era this is. Those pinked seams are usually earlier, but I don't know that I believe this to be as early as like 40s, because this doesn't seem very 40s style to me, but I don't know. I don't care. It's just beautiful. So maybe it's like 70s-esque. Here's like the hem with that bias tape. So cool. I think it's beautiful. I think it'll be a lot of fun putting that on. Gorgeous. And then similarly, we have this one, which I also barely glanced at. The fabric on both of these feels gorgeous. This is like a very heavyweight satin. This is probably more of a slip type of situation, but do you have any closure at all? This looks like it's a slip on over the head situation. Yeah, so there's no closures on this. So it feels too substantial to be a slip, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And then again, this is kind of the construction of the seams. There's no tags that I can find in here. This is really pretty. We'll see what happens with this. So it's very cool though. It feels really nice. I love it. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, 49 minutes. Okay. This is just a really cute little cottony kind of blouse. How cute is that? I love it. It's got, I was going to say no buttons. It looks like it's got 2 snap closures at the neckline, so that's cute. Again, maybe handmade. I don't see any kind of tags in here. This is so adorable. I love it. So, oh, and it does have a side metal zipper too. There we go. I was going to say getting this on is going to be rough, but it's got a zipper, so we're okay. So cute. I love this. All right, let's see. These are goofy. These were also for sure in the $5 pile. These are just like, I think like an 80s era pant. Look at how cool these are. They're a little on the thin side. Like, see, you can kind of see through them a little bit. I thought they were still way too cool though. These say, oh, the tag is sewn up. I don't know. This is the part of the tag I can see. It's like stitched, folded up like that. I can't pull it out. Anyway, I don't know if these were like made to go over, like the fact that it says La Classe. Yeah, CLASSE. I wonder if it's like dance wear, like it goes over a bodysuit or something like that. But I just thought they were way too cool. And they have pockets. Oh my God. Love it. Love it. Okay. Next up is another one of these kind of prairie-esque tops, like 80s-ish. Look at the ruffle on that. I love it. And the stripe is so cool. I love that so much. Let's see. What is this one? This dress, I think, was another $20 item that, like, had I needed to make a decision, this was also going to get bounced. But that was a problem when I was like looking at all the stuff. There was only, I think, like 2 to 4 items that I was going to bounce out of the program. They were all in the $20 pile, but you know, she worked with me, which was really lovely on her part. This was it. I thought this was really cute. You know, I love the bright colors and the ruffle, and then that tag really sent me over the edge, of course. So cute. This actually looks very similar to a jumpsuit that I own. We got to look at the tag again. I'm sorry. Like, look at that. Ludicrous. I love it. So cute. Okay. This pile's so big. Next up, we've got this sweater. This sweater has a hole in it, which I did see when I was there, and I decided to get it anyway because I really was just kind of enchanted with this sweater. And I do think it was in the $5 pile, so it worked out well. It's like, feels like mohair. So this is, 71% wool, 20% mohair, and 9% nylon. So it's got that mohair vibe. It's got like a little bit of a grunge vibe. I love this stuff going on here. The hole here is pretty substantial and it's front and center. Burp. But you know what we're going to do with that, right? We're going to visible mend that somehow. I don't know how yet, but we'll figure it out. And this is just like a perfect kind of grunge style slouchy sweater. It's amazing. I love it. So I got it even with the hole. I'm going to do something to it because I don't have any projects waiting in the wings to all be mended and fixed. It's totally not a problem. Okay. Next up, should I do all 3 of these? Yeah, let's do 3. I got 4, sorry. I got some more goofy t-shirts. And I'll start with this one. This one I found with the liquid blue t-shirt. There was like a small IKEA bag that had stuff that was a little bit more of the, what I call the t-shirt bro kind of speed. I'm sure that it's whatever. I don't know. You know that I'm out of touch with stuff. But this magnificent American Eagle, again, double-sided print. I think this is going to be really cool. It's just fantastic. I loved it. And this is the tag. Very 90s. It's mark size extra large, but this is like way bigger, I think. It's got the single seam stitching there. So it's so cool. I thought that was amazing. Again, not like my normal aesthetic, but I think it'll have some good value and I'll stick that up on eBay, Etsy, Depop, right? These next 3 will probably, 2 of them for sure will be more whatnot-y. Here's one. I think this is really cute. This is a red Fort Lauderdale tee. This might be a kid's tee. Yeah, it's mark size large. So it's probably a kid's large, but I love this kind of stuff as a woman's size small tee. I think it's really fantastic. And it's in great shape. Single seam. There's that. Okay. A lot of fun. And then next was this little goofy piece of goodness. And let me get this tag in here. I think I'm going to have to like switch sides because this arm is getting so sore from holding things up, which is not a good sign for me, honestly. Here's this t-shirt. I can't read backwards, so I may not be perfect, but some parts of me are excellent. And then it says St. Martin on the bottom. So I thought that was cute, right? But then there's the little vintage tag, single seam stitching, super lightweight and thin. Love it. Perfect. Okay. Boy. This third one I may have to put on Etsy, eBay, Depop rather than Whatnot, because the saying is a little bit more timely than one, whatever. I'll show you. So yellow, it says, I'm a woman and have many ways to prove it. And I just really feel like with some of the current conversations around like trans folks and stuff, I love it for that. So I just thought it was really cool. So I might put it up on like regular Etsy, eBay, because I thought it was really cool. All right, let's see. What time? So we are 56 minutes in. I can't decide if I'm posting this video all as one chunk. I think I'm going to, but I do think maybe I need to pause here for a moment because I need to go get myself a caffeinated beverage and give my arm a rest here. I think I can just pause it on my phone though. And don't you love how I'm talking you through this because you don't fucking care? But I'm going to try and see if we have a pause button here and then I'll come back to it. So let's see. No, huh? What does this button do? Nothing. There's this like weird white button. I don't know what it does. Okay, anyway, pause. Do you love how like I learned in real time how to pause this with you? I should edit that out, but here's the thing. The point of pausing it is so that I don't have to upload this into all my stupid programs to like cut out 5 seconds of time. So you get to keep all of that in here. So sorry. Also, I didn't really give myself a long enough break for my shoulder to feel better because I'm impatient. So I'm just going to keep going here. I did get myself some caffeine that probably I've had more than enough caffeine today, but you know how it is. So we're going to keep going with this. Let's see. Next up, this sweater that I absolutely barely glanced at. It's got some stains on the back that I'll have to deal with, but I love these fucking things. So this is like a suede feeling material. I don't know if it's actually suede. Yes, finest knit / suede. This is what the back looks like. Now, here's the thing. You're going to be like, good job, Laura, because now it's suede and the back is dirty and you have to like take it to the dry clean. I'm not doing that. I've talked about this before. I read that you can wash garment grade leather and suede. And I do have some instructions screenshot on my phone. And I did try it with one piece once. Now, the downside of the piece that I did try it on is that the stain that I wanted to come out didn't come out, but it totally went through the wash fine. Like all the leather, it was suede. It was a suede vest. It was like an open knit with like patches of suede. You would know what I was talking about if I showed it to you. Of course you would. It's a common type of patchworky looking thing. Anyway, it went through the wash totally fine. It just didn't get rid of the stain, which happened to be on the suede. So I guess that's kind of understandable. But it gave me a lot of confidence. Now I have a couple of suede pieces that I want to try washing, but I'm a little scared, even though the first one was successful. So I think that with this one, I might actually, whatever. I'm going to give it a shot with something. I have 1 or 2 other sweaters. I have another one that's like this, but that has some, like has ripping. I think it's right here, actually. Yes. Look at this. This isn't part of this same haul. This is just a thing I have sitting here. But I have this. Look at that. But it's got like some tearing and stuff. So it's a little jacked up anyway. I don't know. Anyway, one of these. God, this is cool. How do I have this kind of stuff sitting around? Look at how, I don't remember where I got this. I don't care. Look how cool that is. Why do I have this sitting here? I mean, I know why, because of this, right? But get it together, Laura. Anyway, something is going to be an experimental wash project. That's all I'm saying. It might be this, because this is the back. Could I figure out how to wash the back and not get the suede wet? Yeah, probably. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Anyway, love that sweater. Okay. Next up, this blouse. This is a little bit, where's my hanger? I feel like this is like 40s era, maybe 50s era, and that's based on the thickness of this satin as well as the tag. So let me button one button just to give you a feel of the collar, because the collar is amazing. This does need a wash. It's a little just like grimy, you know, like grimy. But look at this collar. Amazing. This is like such a nice, heavy feeling satin. And then here's the tag. But then also, like, these are the buttonholes. And I mean, I'm certainly no like buttonhole expert or anything, but I do feel, I don't know. I have to admit, I probably haven't seen a ton of blouses from the 40s that would button in this way. I mean, I guess that's probably a normal buttonhole, right? Can somebody with some sense give me some input here? Because, I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was really pretty. It feels so nice. That's a big part of it. I don't know what it's made out of because naturally there's no fiber content tag, which does point to an earlier era. Here's the other thing. This is what the seams look like on the inside, you know? But I don't know. So we're going to have to try and wash it because it's grody. And like, look at this. It's all yarks. But I thought it was really cool. Anyway, so we got that. Okay. Next. This blouse is so cool. I'm not sticking it on a hanger because I fucking don't want to. But another like sort of prairie-esque. Look at those puff sleeves. I love the stripe. Oh, it's so good. The collar, I think it's supposed to fold down in the front like that maybe. But then the back, I don't know if the back is also supposed to fold down. It's very cool. I love it. I don't care. This is the tag. Somebody cut it out. What, I guess, I was going to say, what good does it do to cut this out, but not this? But I guess if you're like, the manufacturers do that sometimes, right? If they're selling it off to like clearance outlets or something back in the day, you know, now I don't think they do that. But, you know, anyway, love that. So cool. All right, next up. This will be a favorite in the Whatnot show, I think. I know I always tell y'all how I have a, like, I don't want to say a love-hate relationship with Carol Little, but there's some pieces that I really go crazy for and other pieces that I get because I know other people like Carol Little, but like, I'm like, it's just okay. This is one of the ones that I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. Carol fucking Little, you beautiful, beautiful beast. Look at this thing. I love this. This is amazing. Got this little elastic drawstring waist. I'm saying elastic. I don't know if it's elastic or drawstring. There is, what is happening here? Hold on. Let me detangle. There we go. It's drawstring with these guards. And then the buttons. Look at those. Phenomenal. This is magic. This is the Carol Little that I understand. Like, this stuff is amazing. Love it. So good. And that Carol Little sweater I showed you earlier too. All right, let's see. This next blouse, this is phenomenal, but also maybe a mistake, but we'll see. This is a silk blouse by Oleg Cassini for Saks Fifth Avenue. The pattern is delightful, but it needs to be cleaned, which explains why she put it in the $5 pile for me. But like, this is the front. Let's look at the back first. Look at that. But you can see there's like some yellowing at the underarm here. Now all the silk seems to be in really nice condition. I did like a little like tug in one of the dirtier areas and it didn't, you know, sometimes it'll just kind of shatter immediately. It didn't do that. So that gives me some hope. But again, like I'm risking, there's like some dirty spots down here and stuff, you know, I'm risking color bleed and everything. It's silk. It's got vibrant colors. Look at that. God, this is amazing. So we got to give it a shot, right? I'm going to try first to soak this in Synthropol, which again, Synthropol is a kind of detergent that if dye leaches out of this, the Synthropol will kind of hold on to it. It's better in a washing machine because you've got the constant movement. So if you know, I would be soaking this at home. I don't have a washer and dryer at home, so I have to go to the laundromat. Um, I get nervous about putting multiple items into one load at the laundromat. So, like right now, the smallest load at my laundromat is like $3 and change. So I would have to pay $3 and change to just wash this one shirt. But when you soak it, if the dye starts leaching out, it's basically hanging out in this area. Even if the Synthropol is kind of holding on to the dye particles, it still kind of like sits in one spot too long, in my opinion. Whereas in a washing machine, it's all swirling around, so it doesn't stay in one place very long, right? But I'm gonna, oh, there are some holes here. Good job, Laura. Like I was like, oh, I looked it up. I knew it's fine. Anyway, I don't care. That actually makes it a little bit less intimidating to try and work on. This is so freaking cool. If I manage to get it clean and get the stains out, I could always like do something to sort of patch these holes somehow. This is such a cool blouse. I love it so much. Anyway, all right. Did I show you the tag? I don't think so. There it is. Amazing. Such a cool piece. So we'll see what I can do with that. Here's the other thing. Washing anything right now at home, like doing soaking kind of stuff, is a little challenging. I can do the soaking part, but usually then I kind of stick them on a drying rack in the bathroom. But we've got Tater in the bathroom right now, and I don't want to like have his little limited space taken up with a whole freaking drying rack. And especially not if it's something delicate that I don't want him like, he's not a big jumper so far, but you never know when he's going to start, right? Probably the second I put a 1940s gown on a drying rack in the bathroom, he'll suddenly decide that he's like a fucking Olympic gymnast. So we're going to avoid that for now. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do next? Let's do this dress next. I think this might also have been a $20 pile. You notice how I was like, there was like 10 items, and I feel like I've mentioned about 75,000 items that are $20 items, but I don't know. I told you I'm bad with estimates. All right, here is this dress. I love this. Maxi length, gorgeous. And then you've got that. And that whole British Crown colony of Hong Kong generally means like 60s, maybe 70s. But I feel like that's, see, this tag looks a little bit later to me. You know, this little size tag and everything. But that was a pretty big thing in the 60s and 50s. I don't remember when that British Crown colony part stopped being part of the whole like tag, but this is probably a 70s era dress. It's really cool. I love it. Okay, next. This is gorgeous. I love it. It might be a little on the smaller side. This pink kind of rose print. This is really cool. And then this is what it looks like on the bottom. When I saw this, I kind of was thinking it was Shaheen, Alfred Shaheen, but it is not. It is Mr. Jack. I am not familiar with Mr. Jack. The tag is super cool looking. And I love the dress. I think this is amazing. So it is probably a little on the smaller side. Can I? Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to mess up with my microphone too much, but look at this. How cool is that? I love this. It feels like maybe a cotton poly kind of thing. It's fucking filthy. That's okay. We'll take care of that. I'm not worried about washing that one. Next up, this is another really fun one. Let's see. Oh, I never even looked at the tag on this. All right, hold on. Oh, this might have to go on Etsy. Here's the dress. I think the dress is obviously a lot of fun, right? It's a very cool. Let me loosen up this belt a little. It won't loosen because it's tied. It's tied, Laura. Okay. I just want you to be able to see the print. Very cool, right? And it's like nylon-y polyester, one of those. I can't remember which one. I can't always tell the difference. This is also British Crown Colony of Hong Kong. The tag actually looks really similar to that other dress. But look at the brand on that. I don't know how to pronounce it. I want to say Hane Mori, but I don't know. It might be Hannah, might be Hanai. I don't know. But that's a designer that can sell for a lot. One of the more common things that is that brand that people are familiar with are these vintage sheets with this great butterfly pattern on them. They're like a 70s era, and it's usually like a beige, yellow or beige sheet with like brown and orange butterflies. It's a pretty well-known sheet pattern. But this is a dress, so that's really cool. I'll have to look that up and see what kind of... Look at that. Aren't I so observant when I buy things? You're like taking notes. You're like, Laura's really got her shit together when she sources. I'm going to try and follow her example. Okay. Next up is one of these guys. You guys know I love these skirts. This one's a really nice one. This is probably 70s era. It's a little bit shorter. I like the really long ones, but this one is very pretty. Ooh, again, didn't look at any tags. This is a nice brand for Indian cotton pieces. So I was very excited about that. I got it just because I like the skirt. Very cute. So love that. Let's see. All right. Oh, man. Okay. These, I'm going to hold these off for a little bit. I'm going to show you this. I have mixed feelings about this. Obviously, I love it, and so I bought it. I got this for basically 2 reasons. Number 1, I feel like it's 40s era. Number 2, it's a little bit larger of a size. I think this is like a dressing gown. It's so pretty. It's got these big fucking pockets. These buttons down the front here. This is the tag. I love this collar. You can tell it's a little grimy. And maybe like there's some fade to it, but the fabric seems like it's in good condition. Although I said that about the Oleg Cassini blouse and then I found holes. Who knows? But I think this is really pretty. Like, look at this. Look at that. The little flowers. So pretty. So that's why I got this. It partially the larger size and the fact that it's a little bit older and a dressing gown. It's just so gorgeous. Maybe it's more of a day dress, but I think it's dressing gown. Oh, and there's a metal zipper down the front. I love this. So cool, but it is going to need a little bit of a bath. I really honestly was not thinking to, not that I would have left things behind simply because they needed to be washed, but Tater in the bathroom really complicates things because he's going to be in the bathroom for at least another month, I think. We took him to his vet visit before I went on this vintage buy. And he did really well. He got his first vaccine. He's such a brave little boy. I love him so much. But we did get him tested because of the diarrhea thing that he's got going on. And so his results came back and he just has worms, which I know is like, but all kittens fucking have worms usually. So we're glad that it wasn't some other infectious kind of parasite situation going on. So it's just the worms. We've already begun treatment for that from the first visit, but it's usually like he got like a treatment at the vet the first time. 2 weeks later, he gets another dose. 2 weeks later, and then 2 weeks later. So it's a long-term treatment. That's just how it goes. So we're already on course with that. But that means he has to stay in the bathroom while all of that's happening because we don't want Rizzo or Skibbs to also get worms because that would suck. So, all right, let's see. Anyway, so my bathroom is a little off limits for vintage laundry for a bit. All right, we're moving into the next bag. Okay, this was a bag of hankies. I got the whole bag for $5. And I don't know if I talk about it much. I have started using for a little while now. I use vintage hankies instead of tissues because I have like a chronically runny nose. It's very annoying. And I really love them. I used to think it was so disgusting because it's like, ew, so you're going to blow your nose and then just put that in your purse and whatever. Which, like, yes, right? Seems gross. But also, I'm sorry, this is going to be gross, but it's like you can use one hanky so many more times than you think, as opposed to like, you're in the thrift store and your nose is running because there's dust and everything. And then you have your like 2 tissues because you forgot to bring tissues. And then they're like a sopping wet mess. And then you don't have anything. A hanky is so like, you could just keep using it. It's amazing. And then they're easy to wash. So I have all of these that I'm keeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm going to keep for myself. And then there's this whole other little stack. And so like, I won't undo them all for you. If you want me to do like a separate little, maybe I'll do like a little short video with all the hankies and just, that'll be cute, but they're so much fun. I love them so much. The other thing that's really great is you can do, a lot of people will buy a whole bunch of hankies and then like sew them together to use them as like fabric to make into a dress or a skirt or something like that. I love the idea of that, but also I just love all of these hankies to use as hankies. So we'll see what happens. So I've got them kind of separated out. Anyway, yeah, really fun. I love them. They're so pretty. I might I don't know. I love the idea of making something out of hankies, like maybe making a shirt or skirt or dress, whatever. But also, I barely get to my fucking repairs. Why do I think I'm going to suddenly make a dress out of handkerchiefs? You know what I'm saying? But also, I feel like I'm going to do it. Don't hold your breath. Let's keep our expectations low. But anyway, okay. Next up, oh, another fun sweater. I love this. This is probably like a 60s-ish era, just from the way the wool feels. It feels very similar to a bunch of other 60s sweaters I have. That's the design on the front. It's so cool. The back is mostly plain, but it's got like that little pink trim on the bottom. I don't think there's tags in here. There's none at the neck. This does feel like wool. And I don't see any on the inside, but I love this. It's so freaking cool. So that was really fun. Look at this pile. Oh, how tall it is next to me. So amazing. I love it. I'm so happy. Also, you know how I keep complaining about my overwhelming hoard? Anyway, this should not add to that problem at all. Okay. I do have a little bit of an idea of how I'm going to deal with some of that, though, which I'm going to talk about Monday because I need to have some kind of video for Monday. Anyway, this is the next item. This is just a cute little dress. It's like made out of that lightweight nylon-y, polyester-y, lingerie-esque material. This is probably in the pajama family, but it's just going to be a dress now. It's very cool. I love it. Fun, simple. That'll definitely be a whatnot piece. That'll be fun. Here's another sweater that I think is so cool. Let's see. What does that say? Hewlett's? I don't know. All right, so here's the sweater. Look at how fun that is. Boat neck. And then here is the tag. Very cool. I love this. It's got little buttons at the side of the waist. So cool. All right. This is adorable. This, I'm sure, had some other pieces, maybe a skirt that went with it at some point. Obviously, it's gotten lost, but look at how cute this is. Look at this bow. All these little buttons down the front. Those are decorative because you can see it's got the zipper in the back here. This is so freaking pretty, though. I love this. I love this. I wonder if like the skirt was like maybe green, like a green maxi skirt with like this as trim or something. Oh, so cute. God, adorable. All right, let's see. What is this? Is this another? Oh, this is more Carol Little. Ha ha ha. Once again, some more Carol Little that I was like, oh, Carol. Okay, this is a 3-piece set. And I think she had this in the $10 pile for the set, which is lovely. So these are the pants. They're like a gaucho kind of culotte pant. And this is a close-up of the print. This is like the basic part. And then, let's see, there's that, and then there's that. Okay, and then this is the top. I love this rose print. Let's see, let's get this together here. So, fantastic rose print, and then it's got this tie waist thing with these guys in the front. Look at that, amazing. Gorgeous. So cool. And then the third piece is this jacket. Now, obviously, the jacket can just be worn with some, it's just very interchangeable. Like, I don't know that I would wear all three together personally. Like, I'd probably put something different, either put the shirt and the pants together or this and the pants. I think this and the shirt together, it doesn't really do anything, but this is amazing. Look at that. So this is very cool. Love this. It might be a whatnot item, but I don't know. I kind of feel like with the 3 pieces, I'd rather put it up on like Etsy, eBay, but I don't know. We'll see. Next up is this dress. I feel like this might be a little bit on the smaller side, but I think it's so cool. And let's see, let's get you tucked in there. I think I need to fix some stitching on here a little bit. What is happening here? I can't quite tell. So here's the dress. Right? I love this print, and it's got like a really pretty little cut to it. I know it's not on the hanger. I was trying to put it on the hanger. I don't quite understand what's going on in the back. There's something that looks like it's maybe been unstitched, and I don't understand what is happening. This is the front, very pretty. Here's the back. So you can see the zipper comes up to here, but then it's got these like long pieces of fabric, and I don't think it would go up like that. Maybe it's just supposed to be like, maybe it would have had a button. It looks like something was cut out or something. I don't know. I don't understand, but we'll figure something out. It's really pretty. The tag on this, wait till you see this tag. The tag alone was almost worth getting the dress. I love the dress too, though, but look at this tag. How phenomenal is that? I love that so much. So cool. This is such a pretty little dress. Oh, I'm so sorry, kitty. Okay. Yes, I apologize to inanimate objects, okay? Next up, this vest. This is really cool. Look at this. This is amazing. I love this. Look at how phenomenal that is. Love it. Okay. Oh, this thing. This is a two-piece set. All right, so this is another thing where here's the shirt. It's like probably pajama-y, right? It's cute. I love the ruffle. I love the red velour, right? It's a very like lightweight kind of velour. Here's the tag. I was like, yeah, that's cute. But then it has pants. And here's the thing. So here's the pants. I was like, oh yeah, this is okay. Harem style pants. Okay, we're getting that. So ridiculous. But I love it. And they're very soft. But of course, all the softy soft is on the outside. Like this is like shiny-ish on the inside. Not shiny, but smooth. I want this on the inside, but I also want it to look like that on the outside. Anyway, very cute. Love that. What is this? Oh, yeah. This is another bodysuit because this was very fancy and special, and I love it. Hold, please. Also, this is the inside. It's all the prong set rhinestones. Those are going to also be cold on your body when you put this on, but they'll warm up. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Look at that. Look at that. I've got a cat hair on it already. How do I do that? Anyway, phenomenal. I love it. And, oh, this might have to go directly onto Etsy also. Because it's vintage dance skin with the prong set rhinestones. Oh, love it. Love it. Okay. You can wait for a moment. You can wait for a moment. I love you. This thing is so absolutely ludicrous. We're getting close to the end, y'all. Close to the end. Where am I at? Oh, an hour and 22. That's not too bad. I was thinking this was going to be a 2-hour-long video. I don't think we're going to make it to 2 hours. This is so ridiculous. This is the back. Not ridiculous. Look at that giant, probably a moth. Moths terrify me. But this is just like glittery and amazing and fantastic. And then there's the tag. Look at that. It's like so ridiculous. Love it. Look at the washing instructions. See, reverse. Ooh, turn inside out, hand wash cold separately. Not a dry clean only item, baby. So awesome. I love it. Love it. Okay. Next up is another sweater that I'm super excited about. I think it's oh my God. I just got excited about something kind of dumb. You'll see. I'm not putting it on a hanger. We don't need to do that. The buttons are lavender. I don't know. It's so exciting to me. I think this sweater is really adorable. I love this. But then the little lavender buttons. So cute. It feels like acrylic. I don't see any tags. We don't need to see any tags. It doesn't matter. It's so cute. I love this. Love it. There's the back. Just plain. And then there's the lavender buttons. Why is that so exciting to me? I mean, I know I love lavender, but also just, you know. Okay, next up is another really fun sweater. Yes, it is another Nanelle. I thought I got two. This one's a slightly different style, but I think it's really cool. Look at that with all the beads. So awesome. fucking God bless the 80s, man. I didn't like them when I was there necessarily, but so good. Love it. All right. Next up, this is just some nice little 70s disco goodness. It's a solid color dress, but I really like these. And let's see. Right, so it's just got this blousey top with these like slit sleeves and then the skirt. I love these things. Little button at the front, which is so cute. Not the front, on the sleeve. There's the tag. Boop. I love these. Love them. Adorable. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We're down to it, my friends. Down to the last few pieces. This next thing is a 2-piece set. And once again, the shirt part of the set, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But then it had pants. And I was like, oh, it's got pants. So here's the shirt. You're like, yep, plaid shirt. The collar's nice. I like it. There's the tag. But it has pants. And how am I supposed to walk away from these pants? Let's see. And I believe these are women's. Hold on. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. Look at that. How adorable. Love it. Mark size 14. So either women's, I think they might be women's, and they don't quite, I think they'll fit me. I think I won't be comfortable in that, but they're so awesome. I won't keep them anyway because I have another pair of plaid 70s pants that I love. So, so awesome though. I love that. Amazing. Speaking of amazing pants, although these need a little wash because they are yellowy. I don't think these had tags, but look at this. I love these so much. They definitely, where's the yellowiness? So you can see. Because again, I'm like a little nervous about color bleed and whatever. I don't know. I can't find exactly where it's all yellowy because I unfolded it. There we go. Like it's just got yellowy spots like from storage. Oh, there is a tag in here. It's just a paper tag and everything's all faded off of it though. But how awesome are these? Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Yeah, it's very like watermarky, you know? So hopefully that'll clean up. We'll see. All right, now I'm down to like my little collection of pieces that I've saved for the end. Very excited. Okay, so let's see. Let me do this. So you have a friend. That's not it. So you two go together. So I'll do this one first. She sold these 3 pieces to me as one set, but I feel like they probably were more like 2, like I think this is one thing on its own. And then there was a 2-piece set, but they're all this like purple chiffon. So this is just like sort of a robe. It's just an open front. There's nothing underneath this. I love the color on this. I love this chiffon style, like lingerie stuff. Magic, right? I love this. Here is the tag for this one. So that's very cool. That. And then she has this second one, which is a 2-piece set. So we've got, not this yet. This is the nightgown. This is like a more full length. So, you know, the silhouette of this, or not the silhouette, whatever. There's like not a whole lot going on here. It's just purple chiffon, which I think is magic. But the real magic, please stay there. See how they match? They're all very perfect together. The real magic of this 2-piece set is the robe, which I love. And then this ruffle and the sleeves, and then it's just long. So amazing. I feel like these are going to go directly onto Etsy, eBay, whatever. So very excited about that. Love it. This one has a tag. This is really just like a union tag. So love that. Y'all are very tall. Okay, we're almost done though. Let's see. I'll do this one next. This thing is so freaking cool. And I can't remember what pile she put this in. It was not the $20 pile. Look at this fucking thing, man. So here's the tag. Oy, Saybury. This is all embroidery. And I mean, maybe machine embroidery or whatever, but like, who cares? But like, look at this thing. This is amazing. It's got a pocket here. Mostly this is the amazing part. The rest of this just stripes all the way down, but it's just, oh, this whole pile is about to go down. It's about to slide down in front of me. This thing is just fantastic. It says dry clean only. It is 100% cotton though. So you know that I don't want to dry clean this. Like I'm like, no, we're going to, but we'll see what happens. This is amazing though. I love it. Love it. I feel like this is going to be a whatnot piece, but I'm hopeful that it's a whatnot piece that gets some good action. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then this piece, I'm struggling between the last two to decide which one to save for last, but let's see. This I think is also going to go directly onto like Etsy or whatever. I don't think I want to put it on whatnot, but I don't know. This is just like a giant Mumu-esque caftan-y kind of situation. It's all accordion pleat. I love these things, and the colors on this are absolute magic. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So excited. There's no tags in this. I did look. It's got this drawstring neckline, and this is what the sort of inner construction of that looks like. This is just I love this. I love this. I'll look at this up. A while ago, these were selling for like nice amounts of money. Don't ask me what nice amount was. I remember that I've had similar pieces and I was like, oh, that's a good amount of money. But my perception of what a good amount of money was a while back is very different than what that is now. So is this like going to be, it's like a bark clothy texture too. Is this going to be like a $60 item or a $130 item? I'm not really sure. I'll look it up and see, and that might determine whether I go to Etsy or put it on Whatnot. My Whatnot people would love this, so I know it will do well on there. But as you know, sometimes doing well might mean that it sells at all for $15, or it might mean that it gets bid up to like $60. I don't know. We'll see. And you can never predict, right? That's the magic of Whatnot. And then this last item that I might want to keep for myself, at least for a little while. We'll see. I don't know. I love this brand. It's made by Loungies. I love Loungies stuff. And of course the colors on this. This is like again, like a robe dressing gown kind of situation. Who was that? Oh, my boyfriend's niece painted this for us years ago. She's now, in college. So this is probably embarrassing for her, but I love this. I had blonde hair at the time. That's how long ago this was. So sorry, Haley. It's not I'm going to have to fix that later. Oh, that's so crooked. Okay. We're almost done anyway. Anyway, Loungies. I love this thing. Magic. So I feel like I'm going to be keeping this. It's so freaking fantastic. And then there's that Loungies tag. Gorgeous. That's my tiny, modest little haul. What do you think? I cannot wait to go back and shop with her some more. I feel like I have to give it a little bit of time. Like I said, while I gave her $540, essentially, I spent $600. So I need a little bit of time to deal with some of this and get it out of the house or get something out of the house. And then also a little bit of time to make back some of this money before I spend it. Because in addition to having spent all of this money, we've been taking Tate to the vet, and those are expenses. And like, we are also taking Skibbs to the vet on Monday. There's nothing particularly wrong. Lord thinks that he's like, just like not acting right. I suspect that it's maybe just, he knows that something is different because we've got the bathroom locked up and he knows there's something going on in there. So I think that he's being weird because of that. Cats don't handle change well. But he might have something else going on. Maybe he has a tooth that's bothering him. Maybe he's got something else going on. So we're taking him into the vet on Monday. And that's going to be an expense because probably we're going to at least do blood work. So we've got that coming up. I need to go to the eye doctor and get the exam and get contact lenses and all this. So we've got a lot of expenses coming up. So I do need to make sure that I use some of this to make some money before I decide to go back and spend more. And also, we've got the whole hoard situation going on, which is just like overwhelming. But I think I'm giving myself a way to work with it. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I hope that you loved this. Let me know. Do you have like favorite pieces out of this? I love to hear anybody's thoughts on any of the pieces. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited about this haul. I've been watching, there's another channel that I follow, Heavens to Betsy, and she had just the most phenomenal experience where she was able to go do vintage buyouts. Like some guy's mother is going into, or at the time was going into like, I think she said going into like a nursing home or assisted living, something like that. She was like 96 at the time. And maybe 90s, she was in her 90s at the time. And she was in that generation where everybody just kept everything. Like a hoarder in the sense that like she had a lot of stuff, but not like she was living in squalor. Everything was well maintained. It was just a lot. And so she got to go and shop this woman's home. And she essentially got to go over and over and over again. And now that woman's mother also had a home. And again, that woman was like 90 something. So her mother's clearly passed on. But when her mother died, the woman just started using her mother's home as like a storage unit, essentially. So she 2 houses full of incredible vintage that she's been able to go back and shop over and over again. You should go watch her YouTube channel because the pieces in there are just incredible. They're so amazing. And I am watching the videos, and there's a degree to which I am like consumed with jealousy, obviously, because I'm like, why don't I have 2 entire houses full of vintage? First of all, I got an entire attic and another house full of free vintage clothing from people at one point. So shut the fuck up, Laura. We all get our opportunities. But then right after, I was all jealous of hers. I got to go do this. It was so much fun. So anyway, if you watch this kind of stuff and you get green with envy, which I would if I were you, I'm sorry, but I get it because I totally get jealous over stuff. We all get our opportunities, right? These things come up for us, and they do not come up for us every single week. I mean, maybe if you have like unlimited financial resources and you're able to pursue a lot more of these opportunities, like the bigger you grow in your business, the more these opportunities come up. But the reality for me is that if I was doing this every single week, I could not be, whatever. I'm working out of 2 rooms at my house. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do this every week. Will I get to a point where I can do this every week? Maybe. Let's see. We'll hope so. That would be amazing. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. I certainly have a lot of fun with this. Please go bookmark my Whatnot shows, because if you like any of this stuff, not all of it's going to be on Whatnot, but when it is on Whatnot, that's the best fucking deals that I give anybody anywhere. I start most of the auctions at $15, and a good chunk of the time, the items are selling at $15. And my Whatnot shows have started slowly performing better and better. So like this is kind of the time where you can get in there and get stuff at really low prices, because hopefully I'll be growing enough where things are not selling for $15 as frequently. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed it. I appreciate you so much, and I have so much work to do, and I'm excited to do it. All right, I'll see you again soon. Bye.